of you have seen a hit Broadway show? And how many of you have heard about Hamilton, an American musical? And how many of you would have thought that a long-dead founding father could have been the topic of a hit Broadway show? Hamilton, an American musical, is a play I have been a fan of for years. I even had the pleasure of attending the show in Chicago 2 years ago. I've written a college research paper on it, and I've done even more research over the past 2 weeks in preparation for this informative speech. Hamilton, an American musical, is popular among many different kinds of people. And today I'm going to talk to you about the play's use of rap and hip-hop in its musical performance, and then I'll talk to you about the representation of women in the play, and finally I'll be talking about the portrayal of history through a modern-day lens. The use of rap and hip-hop in the musical performance of Hamilton is not new to Broadway. It's definitely not the first play to take that approach, but it's easily been one of the most successful. Gail from Billboard magazine in 2015 said that virtually every line is rapped by a majority black cast. There are rap battles at key climaxes and deft lyrical and stylistic references. It's this uniqueness that has helped drive Hamilton to its massive success and favoritism among young people. The style of music appeals to younger crowds. So while you typically might think of a grand old couple attending Broadway, Hamilton actually packs in a younger generation. And Cox from Variety magazine in 2016 even said, "The show's astonishing reach has given a major boost to the Broadway market." The youthful appeal of the hip-hop infused Grammy award-winning music of Hamilton has begun to seed a new crop of lifelong theatergoers. You don't have to be a theater nerd in order to appreciate Hamilton. You just have to enjoy modern-day music. That's what Hamilton delivers. Now that I'm done talking about the use of rap and hip-hop in the performance, I'm going to talk about the representation of women in the play. Berman from Time magazine in 2016 made the comment that Broadway musicals can often seem far removed from current events and culture, but Hamilton bridges that gap and pushes boundaries even further, stressing women's importance and their role in founding of America. While the song mostly follows Alexander Hamilton's life, it devotes several songs to highlighting the characteristics of its female leads and all they did to contribute to the founding of America. Whether it's Eliza Hamilton singing about her devotion to her husband or Angelica Schuyler rapping for women's rights, the diligence and perseverance to include women in a more upstanding role in this play paid off. They received much praise, and women around the world appreciated Hamilton's role in representing women. Now that I'm done talking about the representation of women in the play, I'm going to talk about the portrayal of history through a modern-day lens. Now, playwright Lin-Manuel Miranda, the creator of Hamilton, and his team made an interesting casting decision. They decided to cast actors and actresses of color to fill the roles of George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Aaron Burr, and other long-dead white people. Vasek Levinson of Rolling Stone magazine in 2015 made the comment, saying that the playwright quoted, "This is what our country looks like and the audience accepts it." Vasek Levinson added his own comment, saying the people we call the Founding Fathers were often seen as mythical creatures, but the casting of the show humanizes them in a way so they're not these distant marble creatures. The casting of the show, using colored people, showcases America's rich history and cultural fighting for freedom. It's a beautiful thing to do, and it was a move that was widely accepted and hugely praised on the media outlets. The casting decision allows every group of people to not only feel as though they're a part of American history, but to see themselves portrayed on stage as part of American history. It's a fair movement, and it was beautiful to see current old history events portrayed by what modern America looks like. Now that I'm done talking about the portrayal of history through a modern-day lens, I'd like to take a moment and review my points. Hamilton, an American musical, is popular among many different people. In explaining this, I've talked about the use of rap and hip-hop in its musical performance. Then I talked about the representation of women in the play, and then I finally discussed the portrayal of history through a modern-day lens. You don't have to have been to Broadway, even known about Hamilton prior to me telling you about it, or really cared much about the Founding Fathers to see that Hamilton's popular because it's something people can relate to. It's a play they can go to and see maybe part of themselves up on stage living out American history. It's a fresh reminder that America shares many different faces, and it really is a land of the people, by the people, and for the people. Hamilton provides something that everyone can enjoy, whether you're young or old, black or white, or a man or a woman. Hamilton, an American musical, reminds us that we're all Americans. Thank you.